because of the oil pipeline thing. Did you know that we were running out of food in Winnipeg? You didn't know? We passed it just at the brink of COVID, and COVID came. We were running out of food. So cities that depend on this model will run out of food. I'm just telling you that as something that you need to understand. Implication of famine. So the model we build carried those three perspectives, but I'm going to add another dimension to it. There's a psychological impact of of famine. The first one is trauma. It's a spin-off of the social context. You agree with me? So some of us become depressed. Some of us do anything to eat. And in the Bible, we see where people ate each other for survival. You didn't know that? Check about the besieging of the cities, and you will understand. Okay. So what we also find, we saw migration taking place. People moving from one place to where they believe they can find food. So this pattern exists. So we're going to now turn to Scripture and see what is there for us today. Do you understand the model? If you don't understand the model, we are going to miss the critical thing. Justin is not with me. Eunice, do you understand the model? Good. Do you all understand the model? No, it don't seem so. All right, so let me repeat again for emphasis. The model we are going to use to analyze and examine famine in Scripture is from a physical context, a economic context, a social context, and a psychological context. Okay? Are you ready? Tighten your seatbelt. Now, I should have told you, I've looked at famine worldwide. I remember standing afar off, just listening to the news. Ethiopia, the famine of Ethiopia, in the 89, 90s. The most recent one we have is Somalia. And in Somalia, there was a physical cause to the famine. There was drought. But also, they had poor economic mechanism in place. So when the famine came, they were unable to distribute their resources to help each other. So what happened? It causes social implication, civil war, armed conflict, block distribution of food, and only those who are strong were able to get food. Notice, only those who are strong were able to get food. So the psychological or the implication and the outcome for that physical, historic, documented famine is that there was ongoing food insecurity, massive or widespread population displacement, and death of many, many thousands of persons. So remember our definition of famine? Famine, food, lack of food, hunger, malnutrition, and death. And with our model, with our definition, we see in our model that Somalia, all 5 facets were there. The physical, the economical, the social, and the psychological implication. Scriptures record many examples of famine, and I'm just going to mention some. I'm not going to read them. In Abraham's time, Abraham was told to settle in Canaan. And while he was there, famine took place. Don't forget my model. Famine took place. And there was a social context. So drought, physical. And what he did, he migrated to where? Where did he go? To Egypt. And when he went to Egypt, he went with his family. And what happened to him in Egypt? He got food, but something else happened. He almost lost his wife to the king. You didn't know that? Yes. And when the king demanded of him, he said Sarah was his sister. So listen what happened now. If Abraham is a model of the church of us, When there is famine in the land, we look somewhere else. And if we go where we ought not to go, you know what's going to happen? We're going to sacrifice something. And when we sacrifice something, we are going to displease God. That's only one example. Fortunately for Joseph, he was the man with wisdom that God used to stem the tide. However, we saw the same pattern. Drought in Canaan, in the land of milk and honey. And what happened? They all migrated. And what happened? They spent how many? They spent 430 years in for the famine.